Well, hello everyone, it is me, Scott. You know that guy that you occasionally stumble across here on YouTube? A lot of you are pretty much aware of what's going on right now. You know, my subscribers, my loyal fans, well, you know, us, brotherhood of unboxings. And you probably know, oh yeah, well that, and of course the thumbnail and the title of the video pretty much throws it off of what's going on. And I gotta get my lucky cup of coffee. Are you like me, when you get ready to do a video, you always have this like, oh crap, I forgot this, I forgot that. Well, I gotta have my lucky coffee mug. I don't know why, I just love this coffee mug. And usually when I have that with me, things go pretty well, so you better work. So anyways, I'm gonna get right into it. This past Halloween season in 2017, a lot of us that are, of course, that follow individuals on Facebook like Jimmy Falco, Nick Malpagano, they were sharing with us some photos and some pictures of the Frankenstein, the Universal Frankenstein, actually that was available at Target. It's actually a Rubies Frankenstein, and maybe you guys seen those photos or not. And this mask was, well, as you could tell, I just have the cardboard thing right here. It was extremely affordable and huge. Trust me, a huge mask that you could, you know, find at Target. It was like 20 bucks. Well, I was contemplating on whether to get it or not, because when I went up to my local Target, the ones they had available, it just looked horrible. I mean, it was nothing against Rubies or anything like that. It's just, we all know how it is, kids, when they go to a Target, or us big kids, when we go to Target or wherever the hell we find Halloween stuff, we kind of not respect what's there. Well, some of us don't, some of us do, but it just looked horrible. Well, anyways, fast forward a little bit, around the holidays, I noticed that, of course, you could still see these available online, but I got one hell of a deal. I bought it off of a website. It was like 16 bucks total. 14 to 16 bucks. I can't remember. I just know I was all excited. I'm like, you know what? I passed it up the last time. I'm going to go ahead and grab this, especially after what I had seen that Jimmy Falco had done for his own, and what Nick Malpagano has done for his own, and others that follow in this group of collectors, like Mr. Jason, I believe it's Jewell. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right if you're watching this video, Jason, because I seen what Jimmy Falco did for his Frankenstein, and I knew right away I had to do this myself. So I purchased it, planned ahead, got in contact with Jimmy, and more or less asked him, can you please help me? So, from everything that Mr. Jimmy Falco has showed me, from videos, from pictures, despite seeing his, I'm finally going to get to what I've been extremely excited for, and that is this unboxing right here. So, as I'm doing the magical, you know, cutting open the box, or opening the box, or you know what I mean, I take my sip of coffee. As I'm doing this, I'm going to explain to you, if you are not aware, which I know a lot of you out there are very much aware of Mr. Jimmy Falco, okay? He is obviously a very talented musician. In fact, he's the lead guitarist for his band, the Fall of Humanity, and he's a mask collector. Obviously, I mean, when you see his Facebook profile page, you definitely know that he is a one heck of a mask collector. And does he know his stuff? I mean, he should have a doctorate when it comes to collecting masks. He knows his stuff. He really knows his history. There's no doubt about it. And it's not just the masks that he does. Like I said, he's the lead guitarist for his band, Fall of Humanity. I did mention that. And of course, he is the owner of his, what is it again now? It'll come to me, because every time I get these cameras on, I get like this, you know, forgetfulness. Oh yeah, it's the Spook House Props. Yeah, because that's where he did his magic to this incredible piece that we're all about to see. And of course, he also does coveralls too. Whoa, I've seen, he posted something on Facebook here recently with his coveralls. And if you want an authentic looking, you know, H1 or H2, he knows what the hell he's doing. So let's get to this right here. I am going to do my best to remember to get the box out of the way, so that is not going to be, you know, blocking any views. And I have a feeling I was about ready to drop something that I didn't want to drop. Jimmy made it very clear that he stuffed the hell out of this thing. And I want to be as careful as I can because it's already pre-stuffed. So we've got this out of the way. And now, let's get to what's inside the black bag. And I don't have to worry about getting a prop to hold this up because Jimmy took care of that. In fact, as I get to the very bottom, and I'm trying to be so careful right now, Spook House Props Karloff, the Ultimate Edition, number 2. I like number 2, I really do, because I like, you know, a couple of things. Get it? Stupid. Anyways, for my good friend Scott and Jimmy signed the bottom of the stand here. So that was so cool of him to do that. So Jimmy, as you're nervously watching, I'm trying to be extremely cautious right now. And everybody that's into this hobby knows exactly what's going on because they're extremely careful with their pride in their new possessions. And we all know what this is like. And oh my God. Whoa. Wow. That is already... Oh my God, Jimmy. This is absolutely amazing. I know I say absolutely amazing, but I'm just speaking from the heart, folks. I really am, and I'm trying so hard to be extra careful right now. Oh my God. Let me get this out of the way. Alrighty. Now let's keep one thing in mind, and a lot of you who collect masks are very much aware, you know, obviously when it's being shipped from one point to another, and especially when it's a little cool outside, it may get a little, you know, whatever, especially with shippers. But I was very fortunate. That box looked to be in great shape. So here we go. This is the Boris Karloff. I get a little nervous every time I do these unboxing. The Boris Karloff Frankenstein. Like I said, this is a Rubies, believe it or not, a Rubies, and this thing is huge. Oh my God. Now, once this gets settled in with room temperature a little bit more, which I don't think I'm really going to need it too much more than this, because I'm just trying to be very careful. But although I don't think I'm going to have to do a thing, I'm just thinking everything right now as much as I possibly can. So yes, Jimmy Falco is responsible of making that Rubies, and I know I took a couple photos of the before. I should have done even more photos than what I did, but yes, Jimmy Falco is responsible of turning this very silly looking mask, and this is vinyl, by the way, too, if I remember correctly. It's not latex. The details that he did, and he was telling me during the video with the hairlines right through here how hideous it was and how difficult. But you know what, when you're an artist like Jimmy, and I consider myself to be an artist as well, you're very strict on yourself about the details of everything. And as I look at this in person, Jimmy, I can understand why the hair was such a challenge, because it's not every hair is the same. And the nose, he had a little, it's not Jimmy, it was the mask, and he did one hell of a job of setting that nose just right. And my head is in the way, so I do apologize. Let me duck down a little bit. I've never done that before. I'm finally thinking, guys. Oh God, I know right now I'm trying to think in my head what that photo looks like. And he even signed the inside. He even signed the inside of the mask. Spook House Props. It looks like it's pretty much as he stated on the bottom of the stand there. And like I said, I'm just being so cautious right now with it. He's got it basically pinned up here on the back, which is fine, you know, because this is, I'm not going to be looking at the back. I appreciate it, why he's done that, because he's had to stuff this very well. It's a big mask, folks. Well, it's no longer a mask. It's really a display item. And I'm looking at the eyes right now. Oh my God. In fact, I think one of the first things I said to him before I sent this out was, because I seen photos of his and when he did with Jason's, I'm like, more or less like, are you gonna put the eyes in it? Because the eyes is what just does it, you know, with Boris Karloff's Frankenstein. The paint job is is amazing. You could see like with the scars right here. And he did this with an airbrush too, folks, you know. And of course there's other things that he did, but just, you know, just little clips of what he showed me. It's just absolutely, I'm amazed. And I'm doing my best to stay out of the way here so you guys can see it more. As I watch this later, I'm like, you dumbass, you should have stood up. But yeah, he even made, like I said, a little stand for it, which is perfect. I don't have to worry about that. Even the lips. If you think about Frankenstein, you know, just obviously not the black and white, you know, watching in black and white, but as days have gone by, we've seen enough colored pictures or whatever of Frankenstein. He even has the lips down to the T. I mean, I'm looking at it and it looks realistic as hell. Oh my God. This does not look like the same mask that I sent to you, Jimmy. It really doesn't. I am so highly impressed. And he does, Jason has, I can't think of the name right now, but like more of a gray, a black and white, a silver edition. And that looks amazing as well. I get to thinking I might buy another one of these and send it off to Jimmy. But if you are, let's say you have something like this, or if you are into the classics like myself and obviously Jimmy and so many others, and you would love to have Frankenstein added to your collection, you know, these right here, these Rubies Frankenstein, if you just look around, just Google them up, you'd be amazed how affordable these are. There's so many different prices. Or you can wait till Halloween and see if Target's selling them again. They even had, what else was it they have out there? Oh yeah, the Loch Ness Monster, and he's working on one of those right now too. And wow, I'm just absolutely amazed because I'm thinking of the photos I see online of this thing. It looks nothing like it. Wow. Sorry guys, you know how it is when you get these for the first time. You're just overwhelmed. And I am beyond pleased with what I see here and what Jimmy's done with it. Absolutely speechless. This looks incredible, Jimmy. You have done an amazing job, an amazing job. And yeah, what was I saying? If you guys are into this sort of thing with the Frankenstein, and not just the Frankenstein, Jimmy is working on all sorts of things right now downstairs, I would assume, because it's obviously, you know, with the spook house, you know, that he's doing all his masks. And I'm hoping to God I'm getting in this camera right properly. But yeah, the spook house props, I've seen some other items that he was working on. So if you would like to have something custom made and you like what you see here, especially with the Frankensteins, and he's working on, you know, what we all love to our heart, Mr. Myers. He's doing some stuff there as well too. Just one hell of an artist. And when it comes to, seems like everything from being a musician, his knowledge alone. In fact, today on Facebook, somebody asked about the original Michael Myers mask. Jimmy will give you every inch of details of how it originated. I mean, he's just giving you the information of what he knows. And he's like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to all this stuff. And one hell of a guitarist. I mean, first, now I remember what I was going to do. I was going to teach you guys, say, hey, look at this new Frankenstein I got, you know? Oh, is this in the way? Is this in the way? Well, if you're a Van Halen fan, Frankenstein, get it? Okay. Anyways, I think that's about going to do it. I know I ramble on quite a bit, but yeah, I'm telling you, if you got to hit up Jimmy Falco if you ever, first of all, want some coveralls, you want some authentic looking coveralls. He knows how to weather them. He's got it down to a science. The man knows his stuff when it comes to coveralls. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be like every other artist when it comes to converting masks. He's going to get better each time he works on one. So if you think this looks good now, and you look at other photos of what he has, you know, that he's worked with already in the past, just imagine what he's going to be like, well, tomorrow. I kid you not. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to try my best to cut it here because I want some more of my coffee. And, by the way, if you are new to my channel here, you know, Scott Kennard, 5150 on YouTube. Well, that's my new number at the end of it. I mean, I am the guy that you will occasionally stumble across here on YouTube. Like I said, if you are new to this channel, if you like what you see here, you might as well hit that subscribe button because I do a lot more like this. I've done a lot more in the past. In fact, you can always hit that little bell there next to the subscribe button. It'll notify you every time I do a video. And I am trying to do my best to promise myself even more that I want to upload even more videos than I've done here recently, because I absolutely love this sort of thing. And if you're new to what I'm doing here, trust me, there's a lot more that I plan on doing, that's for sure. So even if you have been subscribing to my channel for a while and you've been wondering, Scott, when are you going to do a lot more? Trust me, everyone, I think about it every day. Every day. And I'm trying to come up with different ideas when it's, you know, obviously related to this, the horror genre and collectibles and everything else when it comes to masks. I want to get into other things as well too, but the mind is just constantly racing. I have been going, I think non-stop since the past 2 weeks of doing a lot of research and everything else. Well, here I go again. I'm constantly rambling on, so yes. And oh yeah, and if you're new to my channel, trust me, it's not just unboxings, even though these are probably the most enjoyable one for a lot of us. But I try to do so much more than this when it comes to the horror genre. Well, at least I try. I do try. All right, folks, I'm gonna finally shut the hell up. You know what to do. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that cool stuff that makes us awesome in the YouTube world. And I'm going to leave you with this really cool scene as I walk away. All right, I'll see you soon. Have fun, and whatever holiday's coming up next, enjoy.